Hello and welcome back to my workbench. It is time once again to try to fix something. Today on the workbench, I'm taking a look at a PS5 Slim, well I guess you could say digital model, no disk drive with it. And this is supposed to be rather dead, I believe. If I can read you the description, no lights, no power, sold as is, no refunds, for parts only. So that's what we know. That's how I like them, if dead, if it is truly completely dead. Let's give it some power. Let's see what happens. Oh, I think I saw that power supply start up there, so I don't think we have a dead supply. Do we have any kind of noise whatsoever? No. No indications, no lights, no beeps, nothing. All right then, let's get the covers off and see if we can figure out why. We have been opened before. All right, I went ahead and took the circuit board out. I didn't see any reason not to. I've just been kind of looking around it. Let me go under the microscope. Let me show you what I found here so far. We have flux and signs of work in this area. This is one of the rails into the CPU. Not so much the GPU. I think it's the CPU side of it. Someone has been lifting and injecting voltage, probably because they thought that was shorted. That it is very low impedance, but yeah, it's probably about 1 ohm or less. And I see a little bit of flux around the south bridge. I'm not sure if that has been changed or not. But you can look. You see flux along the side of the south bridge right there. Right in there. Yeah, there's flux there. So, yeah, somebody's been deep into it. Doesn't look like the NOR IC, the flash IC, has been removed. But I am concerned at what they were doing over in this area, and if whether or not they tried to inject anything into that CPU. Yep. I don't really see any other areas, not that I've noticed yet. What is this over here? A little bit of liquid metal. Just kind of brushed across there. Don't think that's causing us a problem right now. Okay, let me look at the other side of the board. The side that faces you when you first take the covers off. Maybe a little bit of liquid metal there. Look at the back of the south bridge. Looks pretty clean. That's not liquid metal. That's like aluminum shavings. Get that off of there. Little flux coming through the some vias there from the other side. There's some more of that metal shavings. Like somebody stripped a screw out. RAM All present and accounted for. More metal shavings. Okay. All right, let's just check, I guess. Yeah. I don't see any huge disasters anywhere. Let's just see what kind of current draw we get. You know what I mean? Let's see. Well, I think I'm set up for to check the current draw now. Got my leads connected to my power supply. I'm set for 12 volts, half an amp over here on channel 1. Let's see what kind of current draw we get when I apply power. Kind of what I was thinking. Dead. Doing absolutely nothing. Okay. So are we missing a standby voltage, or is this a bad south bridge, or one that was not installed properly, or any of the above? I don't know. All right, let me get set up and we'll do some, we'll check some voltages, see if we have all the voltages available that this little south bridge needs. Okay, let me get my meter set up. Get everything where we can see. Okay, I don't have the power supply on yet. Untangling my leads. Okay. So, do we have 5 volts coming into this IC? I'm going to guess somewhere right about in here. All right, I'm going to turn the power on. No. Is that not 5 volts? Now, I've had one of these recently, didn't I? There's a fuse. I don't see 5 volts coming in here. I really think I should. So we got 12 volts. Trying to remember where that 5 volts comes from. There's a pair of fuses, perhaps on the other side of the board. Yes, around here, these two, F7001 and F7002. Do we have 5 volts there? We do have 5 volts. Do we have 5 volts on the other side of F7002? We do not. What about on the other side of F7001? And we do. All right, so F7002 has blown. Okay, let me turn this power off. Why has it blown? Go to resistance mode. And I'm going to go to the left side of this fuse. Well, let me get a good connection there. I kind of stabbed this fuse. Not a lot of surface area there to get a hold of, though. Don't want to break it off the board. So we're in the megohms. So there's no short directly on that 5 volts. So why did it blow? Is that a side effect of some of the work that was done on it? I don't know. So we need a fuse. Let's just, for the heck of it, let's look around this area. I don't see a short on the 5 volt, the 5 volt input here of this IC, which is, I'll just look at it and see what it is. It is a RT5126, so it's the Rich Tech version, not the Dialog, Rich Tech RT5126. Do we have any shorts right now? Let me just go to continuity mode. Should be beeping now. No short there, no short there. That's ground. I'm hitting some points around this IC that are inputs or outputs. I don't see any shorts, which makes me think that we can replace that fuse and it won't blow immediately. There's no dead shorts. It may have still blow. I still would like to know why it blew. But anyway, that looks like step 1. Let's change out F7001 7002 and see what happens. So we need to replace F7002. The only complication is right beside that electrolytic capacitor, which I do not want to heat up and disfigure it in any way or make it blow up, but I also don't want to melt the plastic. So I'm going to try to do is just take it off with my soldering iron, add a little flux, and I am going to just take this largest, widest tip that I have here, add a little solder to it, and then bridge right across both sides of it, like so. See if I can remove that. There it goes. Okay. That way we don't risk damage that little capacitor right there beside it. And I am going to clean off, I think, the solder on one side of this. Okay. Maybe a little more flux. Maybe a little more solder on the other side, or on that side. Yeah, like so. Now, where did I put that fuse? That brand new fuse, which is rather small. Here it is right here. There we are. I'm just gonna, this way I can lay it flat. And then just kind of slide it over that way. Yeah. It's hard to get, if you have solder on both pads, it's kind of hard to get it to lay flat. Okay. Our fuse has changed and we did not damage that capacitor. All right, well, we swapped out that fuse and we were ready to test the current draw on this board again. I've got my leads reconnected, hopefully the right way around. We're going to give it 12 volts and hopefully this time it'll draw some current and not blow that fuse immediately. 200 milliamps, that looks good. Come back down. All right, that looked normal. That seems a little bit high for the idle current. Not sure if that's going to be a problem or not, but it should be around 10, I would think. So, that looks much more promising. I think we're ready to, let's just slip it back in the chassis. Is it going to be that easy? I think it'll try to turn on now. I don't know if it will successfully, but I think it should try. Let's just do that. I'll get it back in the chassis. Let's just see if it'll turn on. All right, then the board is slipped back into the chassis. I'm going to give it some power. Well, where's my cord? Here we are. Give it some power. Power supply started up. Will she beep and make a noise here of some kind and do something? No. Nothing. Well, darn. Had high hopes for this one. Nothing. The initialization looked good. Is that like Captain tape on that? I may have to look real close at this ribbon. This is where the the power button, the signal would travel through that ribbon. Okay, let's take a closer look at some things. All right, I decided to take a closer look at this ribbon cable. And if I can show you, yeah, we got all kinds of problems here. So yeah, I'm not sure if I can fold these back down or not well enough to work. I mean, this one might fold back down. And it broke. And these, I think, are already broke. They're pretty mangled. And even some of them down here. So, yeah, I'm afraid we need a ribbon cable. I've got this whole front assembly out, and you can tell they have had trouble keeping that ribbon engaged, I guess. They got it taped in there, so I just want to see. What I want to look at is which pins does that button go through, so I could short it to ground, so I could just see if this thing will at least turn on. See if I have other issues or if it's going to turn on. Because right now, if that on-off signal is not reaching, to the board through this ribbon, we're not going to be able to know anything. There's no Blu-ray drive connected to test, so yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out, and I'm wondering how bad the pins are on this end of it. But anyway, we're getting a new ribbon anyway. I'll have to find one, but I'd like to know if it works or not. All right, I'm trying to chase down where this stop button comes out. The power button right there. So I'm going to press it. I think I know which one it is because I saw a resistor next to the ribbon cable on the main PCB. And there's usually a pull-up resistor for this button, and it was on pin number 7 from one end or the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it that one? Let me press the button. Let me get my finger on the button. Where is it? Yeah, I'm pressing the button. So it's pin 7 from this end. So we can just pull that to ground. There's a piece of that ribbon cable, one of the ears left in there. I need to get that out. Or the new one will never go in there, right? So I think we can put this together and see if this thing will turn on. That's what I want to do. And here we are looking at the ribbon connector on the main board. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A capacitor ground and a resistor, which I probably pull up to 3.3 volts. So I think that is our on-off. Kind of want to make sure, though, before I start shorting things to ground. Okay, let's give this a try. All right, I think I'm ready to test this. We don't have the ribbon cable hooked up, to the front. That's where the LEDs are on here. So we're not going to see any lights, but I would like to see that fan spin. When I short this resistor to ground. There we go. And you won't get a beep either because the speaker, the little piezo transducer is right there. So you're not going to hear that, but she's working. Now how can I shut it down? I can't see the lights to know when it's... I'll have to do the same thing. I'll shut it down, but I'll have to hold it with the tweezers and simulate holding the power button. But yeah, I think she's going to work. Oh, let me do that. Well, I'm going to give it a little bit of time, since I can't see the LEDs, to repair its storage and hopefully be happy. I don't know how long, maybe a minute, minute and a half. You should be able to do all that and get done. We won't have any visual indication. Is it done, I wonder? I hadn't seen the, well, I did notice the fan, if the fan slowed down and picked back up or not, you know, during the reboot. If it did a reboot, maybe it didn't even do a reboot. All right, I'm going to try to power it off now. So, pardon me, watch that fan there. And I'm going to press the button, holding the button, releasing. Nope, I think it ignored me. Try it again. Not good not having the lights, is it? Holding it. And releasing. There it goes, finally. Hopefully it shut off and didn't just go to sleep. I'm trying not to corrupt the SSDs by just yanking the power on it. All right, so we need a ribbon cable. Okay, I'll have to get one ordered. I don't have one. Well, it's been about 2 weeks, and here it is. Kind of a slow delivery process, but also I've been working a lot, so haven't had a chance to look at this console again. But this, of course, it's a used one, but it looks pretty good. So let's put it on there. I think this will solve all of our problems. I hope. All right. Well, with that new ribbon installed and the console fully reassembled, we are ready to test this. And somehow during all my working on this console, I managed to lose the button top for the power button. So I had to 3D print one. That's why it's white like that. So yeah, it kind of looks like that. But yeah, I lost it and had to make one. But we are ready to test this and see if our power button at least works now. Yes, that works. We have lights. Lights are good. Now, this will come on. Yep, we have picture, focus. Now, I do want to see if our USBs are working in the front, because that all goes through that front ribbon cable. Let's see if we can connect this. Do we get a charge? We do get a charge. All right, and we should connect. And we do. All right. All right, I think she's going to be good then. Well, hope you liked that one. Thought it was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining, any of the above. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you in that very next repair. Bye for now.